If you have a vintage find or a family heirloom like this old leather chest that you want to preserve or restore but don't have a clue where to start, this video is for you. When I found this chest tucked away in the back of a thrift store, cracked leather, worn out hardware, smelled like a church basement, I couldn't walk away. Something about it whispered, I used to matter. So if you've got something like that, a leather piece worth saving, I'll show you exactly how to care for it step by step. No guesswork, no damage, just simple restoration tips that bring the story back to life. Hey guys, my name is Evan and it's my goal to share the skills and tools needed to love your leather. Today, I'm teaming up with Amazon's #1 leather care, Leather Honey, so that we can bring this leather chest back to life while respecting its legacy. Now, when it comes to dealing with vintage leather pieces like this one, you always want to be super careful not to use any harsh chemical cleaners because they can permanently damage the finely aged leather patina. And that's why I'm using Leather Honey, because it's gentle yet effective and really lifts the dirt without drying anything out. And just looking at this vintage leather chest, it seems like it was taken care of very well, but it's simply old. So it has some bumps, scrapes, creases, and overall damage, but that's what gives it that unique look that I really want to preserve. The reality is that you can restore an old heirloom or vintage piece without making it look tacky, and that's what I'm trying to do today. And where many people would recolor or paint back certain areas, those are the places that I specifically want to keep. Why? Because it tells this leather chest story and everything it's gone through. So we can respect it while preserving and rejuvenating the leather. I just wanted to ask anyone in the comments if they know anything about this piece or this brand. It's a handmade Peruvian piece made by South Cone Trading Company, and it's made of what seems like a mahogany wood lined with full grain leather and accompanied by what seems like iron detailed hardware. So drop a comment below. And if you guys thought the top was dirty, get a look at the bottom. Cobwebs galore. Nonetheless, it was an easy cleanup despite what seems like decades of buildup. You know what they say? Out of sight, out of mind. And to be completely transparent, I was thinking about chopping off these wooden feet because I just don't like how round they were, but I wanted to honor the piece. So it may be something I swap out later down the line for a more modern look, but let me know what you guys think. Round feet or no feet? Now for Leather Honey's leather conditioner. It's unique because of how it deeply penetrates even old leather pores and makes it supple again. I'll simply be applying it directly onto my microfiber cloth and then dispersing it onto the cloth so it spreads evenly onto the leather. I cannot tell you how thirsty and parched this leather was. While I was wiping it off at first, the microfiber cloth was literally getting stuck on the dry, cracked, and lifted fibers of the leather. But this is going to restore this vintage leather to a supple, rejuvenated, and hydrated leather in just a pinch. Today's restoration is brought to you by Leather Honey, and I've chosen it because it doesn't just hide age on leather, it honors it. So I want you guys to give it a try and use my exclusive limited time code to get 20% off and free shipping. If you don't like it, simply return it with their 100% money back guarantee, but I have a feeling you'll be keeping it. Now, one of the most dry parts of this leather chest was actually the leather straps that keep the chest open. And honestly, I felt like these were about to snap when I felt them. But a proper conditioning is going to bring them back to life and give them years worth of more bending and flexing so that this chest can not just look good, but stay functional the way it was supposed to be. So I was heavy-handed with the Leather Honey, but it literally soaked it up right away as I gently massaged the conditioner into the leather's pores. It nearly instantly made it safely flexible again with no more fear of it snapping. Now I just wanted to quickly showcase how I was able to glue back down this leather edge using Fiebing's leather cement. My favorite glue of all time for leather because it remains flexible as leather bends and is safe for all leathers. Definitely stay away from other glues as they can harden and crack your leather over time. I simply applied a generous amount to the underside of the leather, pushed it down, and then wiped off any excess. Know that it does come out white but dries clear, and the best part is that it's water soluble until dry, so if you accidentally get it on something or use too much, you can safely remove it. No harm, no foul. When I first purchased this chest, and we got it for only $59 at our Goodwill, it came with a lot of hardware dismantled, so I'm just putting it back on to keep it original. However, stay tuned because what we're about to do next to this hardware is going to make a huge makeover while still maintaining the vintage integrity. One of my favorite parts about this chest, other than the leather, is of course the solid wood. It even came with this beautiful tray, and I don't know what I'm going to use it for yet, but we'll see. And just to give you guys a quick glance on how amazing the leather chest is looking so far, with just having cleaned it and conditioned it with Leather Honey, man, it's so beautiful. The leather luster and the marled patina, vintage pieces don't get better than this. But now that the leather's taken care of, how do we preserve the wood? If you haven't tried it yet, Howard's Feed and Wax is the best product on the market to bring life and luster back to your wood. Just wipe it on, let it sit for a few minutes, and then buff it out, and boom. The grain pops, the finish looks refreshed, and it helps protect against future drying and cracking. And it's unique because it's a blend of orange oil, beeswax, and carnauba wax, so it not only nourishes the wood, but it leaves a beautiful, soft, natural luster without making it look shiny or fake. If you guys are like me, and you probably are because you're watching this video, we love watching restoration videos, but the worst thing for us is when someone doesn't show or tell us what they're using to restore and we're left high and dry. So for your convenience, I've added links to all of the products used in today's video in the description, so make sure you check them out when restoring your projects. Maybe you guys have heard or used it before, but it's our first time trying it. It's called Rub and Buff. Drop a comment below if you love it. At first, I thought they scammed me because I thought it was going to be a much bigger tube than this, but oh my gosh, you guys barely need any to make a huge difference, as you'll see. We barely put any on because we didn't want to fully cover the metal. We just wanted to give it a unique look while still maintaining that beautiful metal patina. So we lightly applied it onto the edges and main areas of each metal piece to give it a new look, and we loved the way that it turned out. Also, for the nails, I didn't have the specific color, so we just did some rub and buff on those as well. And as you guys can see, rub and buff is made from carnauba wax as well as extremely fine metallic powders and pigments. I will note that the directions on the product say that it can cause skin irritation, so be careful. We decided to apply it with our fingers because we had more control on where we wanted to put it, but you guys can also use a brush as well. You just want to make sure you guys clean whatever surface you're going to apply it onto. You want to note that it's not just for metals. You guys can apply rub and buff to all types of materials, but it does depend on how porous the material is in regard to how well it will adhere to the surface. Rub and buff, I'd say, is best used on things you won't be touching all the time, and we found that the hardware on this chest, it really didn't come off at all once we buffed it, but it did come off if we used some dish soap or oil to take any portions we didn't like off. Again, I will say you guys want to use very little of rub and buff. I'm talking barely any at all whatsoever. You guys can always add more. Just know that it's extremely pigmented with fine metallic dust and it spreads extremely well. So don't be surprised if you accidentally use too much. And if you guys put a second layer, I will note that you want to make sure that you let the rub and buff dry fully before applying a second coat. Alright, so Leather Honey did an amazing job at conditioning and bringing back to life the old, dry, and cracked leather. However, if you've got old leather like this, especially on corners or edges, you'll notice the fibers start to lift, fray, and look fuzzy from years of wear and rubbing. It's not something that a conditioner can necessarily take care of when it's this bad. This is where Tokonol comes in. Unlike conditioner like Leather Honey, Tokonol is more of a glue. It has waxes and resins that help flatten those fibers down and keep them from spreading further. That's what it's specifically made for. I just applied a small amount with my finger, rubbed it in gently along the edge, and you'll see it not only helps smooth it out, but it also darkens the leather back to a richer tone, which is super satisfying. Once it's dry, the edge feels more sealed and protected, which is exactly what you want for an older piece like this that's got tons of life left in it, because it's going to bring back lost value and protect it for years to come. This old chest has a new chapter now, and it's a good reminder sometimes the best pieces aren't new, they just need a little care. And if you guys have a restoration project you've been putting off, just start with the basics. Clean it, condition it, and respect the details. And if you want to try some of the same products I use and get the results that I got, make sure to check out the links below. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you got value from today's video, hit that like button. And if you want more leather care tutorials like this in your feed, make sure to subscribe with the bell icon and spread the love by sharing it with a friend. Leather furniture is so beautiful and it can last a lifetime. You just gotta take care of it well. So watch these videos next and I'll see you over there. Remember to love your leather.